All right, you're standing out by the robot and you're ready to load it into the controller. So plug your USB in. You're going to go to the program editor and you're going to load your program. So this is probably somebody else's program. So I'm going to hit Tasks and Programs, File, Load. Don't save. All right, so I'm going to go to my E drive. On the Pendant out there, it'll show it as a USB, but I'm on my computer, so it's different. I'm going to open up Drawing Activity, open up my program file, and I'm going to say OK. Now I see all of my paths within the main program. So I want to simulate this. So right now I'm in auto mode. I want to get out of auto mode. So this will be different for you guys on the robot because I'm using RobotStudio for the video here. But make sure it's in manual and that your e-stop is released. And you should be able to step one step at a time through the program. As the pen gets above the cup, so I'm stepping it, if it's not perfectly above the cup, then what you would want to do is you would want to jog the robot in linear mode to make sure it's in a position that you'd like. And then you're going to hit Modify Position. So let's say I did that, I moved it, and I hit Modify, just say Modify. It'll change the Rob target to where it actually is on the robot. I'm going to step to the next line. This one also, you got to be careful. Make sure that it can reach where it's going and make sure that it's in the right spot to ready to pick up the pen. And if you need to tweak it, you're going to go ahead and from linear mode, right now I'm in axis mode, but in linear mode you can change it and then you can modify that position so that it's correct. Continue to step until it picks the pen up. So click, 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 there we go. Now the pen is up. Now we want to define our work object. Okay, make sure you do this after the robot program picks up the pen tool because it will pick it up always in the same spot, and now we can define where our palette is. So to define the work object, if I were to continue to play this, it'll draw, but it may not draw right on the top of the surface, or it may not be exactly where it's supposed to be according to this graphic. So we have to define where it is. So in the main menu, you're going to go to Program Data, you're going to go to Work Object Data, and you're going to find your work object that you created. Mine was called Palette. I'm going to edit and define my work object using, very important, the 3-point method. So there's 3 different points that need to be defined at the robot. So what you would do is you would jog the robot. I'm kind of trying to do this here in RobotStudio. And what you're going to do is you're going to touch the pen out on the robot to, let's go down a little bit, there we go. You're going to touch that first point, obviously don't crash the robot like I just did, but you're going to touch that first point to, oops, that corner, and on the paper. It's very hard in RobotStudio, but anyway, that's my first point. I'm going to click Modify Position. Now I'm going to go to the second point along X, which in this case is going to be all the way down here. You don't have to go all the way, you can go about halfway, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. So I'm going to just move it this way. You might have to pick it up so it's not drawing, but you're going to move it down a little bit, and you're going to define that point, modify. Now if you go back to that original point-ish, doesn't have to be perfect, but somewhere where you were, and then up along the y-axis. It's looking for a number somewhere out here. Modify. And then hit OK. And now what we've just done is we've recreated where the work object is. If I go back to my main module, I should take the pen out. I should be able to debug, PP to main, and run it. Now all my Rob targets, because I did this on my graphic, will probably move just a little bit. Maybe not. So there we go. any changes that you need to make. If it's not drawing flat on the paper, try and redefine that work object. But everything looks good from here.